Pendant, entry 9.
I lost my pendant in school today, and I got a good scolding from my mum. Because of it? After all, it was one of Granddad's precious heirlooms. On my 6th birthday, he gave it to me as a gift. Mum's not the only one who's upset. I hold it up in my room, refusing to leave. It was the only memory I have left of Granddad since he died when I was 6. Even though he passed away 2 years ago, I still remember everything. It was raining and the air was filled with gloom. I couldn't stop crying, despite Mum and Dad doing their best to comfort me. The hospital suddenly seemed cold and unforgiving. A place of death and dashed of hopes. He was diagnosed with stage 4 adrenal cancer. The image of his face, lying lifeless on the bed, continued to haunt me. It was Granddad that captivated my love for reading. He would be there during times when my parents were too busy with work. He would tuck me into bed, and he would read me the most amazing bedtime stories. Because of them were his own stories, and I always looked forward to hearing them. I remember when he told me that he wanted to be a writer someday, but never got around to it. On the night that he died, I made a promise to myself that I would share Granddad's dream. I will become an author one day, and when I do, I hope he'd be smiling at me wherever he is. Since I didn't really feel like doing anything, I was about to take a nap when Mum came into the room. "Becca, you have a guest," she informed. "He's waiting in the living room."
Oh my god, is it Luke? No, it's Ash. It's probably Ash, you know.
I went downstairs and saw him sitting on the couch. "Hey, Ash." That's not Ash, is it? It's Luke. I began, but before I could continue, he cut me off. "Wait, is it Ash?" It really isn't. "Rebecca, I think I know where your pendant is. I've been trying to recall the events that morning. I think I found the suspect. Here," he said, handing me a pad of paper filled with writing. "It's a report for your missing pendant." Suspect? Someone stole it? I couldn't believe it. Why would anyone steal it? The heirloom's old.
Oh my god, is it Luke?
And it didn't look expensive enough. I read the paper and saw that he had written what time we went to the certain places, and for how long, as well as the people we interacted with. Wow, Ash, this is pretty detailed," I remarked, amazed at his observation skills.
"Thank you. I didn't expect you'd go this far." Wait.
"Thank you. I didn't expect you'd go this far just for my pendant."
He smiled proudly. "Don't mention it. You were so sad when you lost it. I knew I just had to do something to cheer you up. Besides, I learned from a crime show on TV that the police write these kinds of reports to get a deeper look into the cases they were trying to solve. I considered this as an early training for when I become a cop."
According to Ashton's report, I apparently lost my pendant around 2 p.m. Ashton saw me wearing it at lunch and noticed it was missing during homeroom. Around that time, we met up with Mandy and her friends. A sudden realization came to me. Do you think Mandy took my pendant?
It's probably Luke. Maybe. I don't know. All I know is that Luke's in this.
I only have my theories, but what do you say about testing those today? Ashton said with a grin. They're in the schoolyard, I think. At least I've seen them go that way. I said goodbye to Mum, and we headed for the schoolyard. When we arrived, we saw Mandy and her friend sitting on a bench. I was about to approach her, but Ashton pulled me to hide behind some large bushes. "Let's observe first," he suggested, and I nodded. My heart was pounding fast. It feels like we're in a movie. She thinks she's so great. What if she's close with Ashton? She'll never be as famous as he is. Who likes her anyway? Mandy gritted her teeth.
Her friends agreed. One of them took something from her pocket and showed, oh my god, really? And showed it to Mandy. Then it shimmered as it dangled in front of you. Are you kidding me? Where's Luke? God dang it, I was lied to. I think Luke's in this anyways. Might be on the last day. Is that Rebecca's pendant? Wow, it looks really pretty up close. Blah, 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 blah. I bet she's so much trouble for losing that. Good for her, she deserves it. Whatever. Mandy took it from her friend and admired it. It looked like she wanted to wear it around her neck. There we go, Ashton concluded, even though he sounded calm. I could sense that he was pissed off by the whole thing. How do you want us to proceed? He asked. Confront Mandy? Tell the principal. I don't know. Honestly, confronting her might, make her mad, but either way, I'd probably make her mad. Why would we confront her? I mean, we could confront her, but then she'd be like, bitch, I'm not giving this back. But if we tell the principal, then she might, be like, oh, you should teach your pet or whatever. I don't know. I'm going to tell the principal, because I think it's not like unless the principal won't do anything. I don't know, maybe we should confront her? Just confront her, or do whatever, I'm getting that pendant back, whatever it takes. I was about to stand up, but Ashton held my hand. Let me handle it, he proposed. He stood up, ran to the girls, and yelled, Hey! I know you have that pendant. Give it back, it's not yours. Mandy and her friends were startled. She immediately hid the pendant inside her skirt pocket. I followed closely behind. I was scared of the possible consequences that might happen, but I had Ashton with me, and I trust him. Mandy, of course, denied having my pendant multiple times. This angered Ashton even more, and finally said he'd take them to the principal if they don't return it. Hearing this enraged Mandy. Who do you think you are? Some bloody hero? Who do you think you are, some bloody hero? I said I don't have it with me. Now leave this alone. Excuse me. I couldn't keep quiet any longer. Being mean to me was one thing, but yelling at Ashton like that was simply unforgivable. Suddenly I felt all the frustrations that I bottled up inside me for the past years rising, till I couldn't contain them anymore. Pete's sake, Mandy, just cut it out! I screamed like a dormant volcano erupting after years of silence. We saw you hid it in your pocket. I swear to all gods and saints that if you don't give it back, you will absolutely regret it. Everyone was surprised by my violent outburst, including me. I knew threatening her like this was bad, but I was tired of it anyways, being bullied, of always being helpless. I wanted to fight back. What are you, just going to stand there all day? Come on, move! Mandy was speechless, and for once, I actually intimidated her. While looking away, she reached inside her pocket and finally surrendered my pendant. I snatched it from her hands. They ran away out of frustration and defeat. When they were out of sight, Ashton turned to me with a smile. Good job back there. I'm glad you stood up for yourself. Then his smile vanished. You were scary, though. I wouldn't want to be on your bad side. I suddenly felt embarrassed. Sorry you had to see me like that. When I heard her yelling at you, I just lost it. I answered, laughing nervously, while scratching the back of my head. Anyway, thank you again for going through so much trouble to help me find my pendant. Ashton smiled and said it was no problem. I know the pendant meant a lot to you. He walked me back home, and I was smiling the whole time while clutching Granddad's pendant.